Hi there. I'm here today with Robin Joseph, who is the ICDF Ballroom Network Coordinator. Robin is also part of my dance group, Jubilate. She's our co-leader and a real star for us in the team. Today we're going to be talking about a project that Robin embarked on with our dance group. It was a part of the Ballroom Network, and we also had a showcase which culminated at the end of the whole project. So, Robin, welcome.
Thanks, Liesl.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So, there was a beginning to all of this. How did this whole idea of the showcase of this project as we embarked on come about?
Okay. So it came about as the Ballroom Network. We wanted to do something special in 2026, and we want to grow the network. So as we're still growing internationally, we're starting just where we're at with our groups. So we decided to start a 5-week ballroom course with the Jubilate dance group. And then from there, that's how the whole project started and got underway.
So you're going to give us a little view, and I hope we're going to have some images as well from the whole project. But you instructed the team to bring partners. How was that for you?
Okay, so that was quite exciting to have some of the team bring their partners. So you have to remember that some of the dancers, they dance with us regularly and are part of our team for years, but their partners are not necessarily dancers. So that was a bit of a challenge. When we spoke to some of the ladies, they were saying, getting their husbands or friends involved was a bit of a challenge to find a partner. So, and they were actually very cautious because they said they weren't sure how to approach. And the thing was just to keep it short, let them know it's just a 5-week course and we just need a commitment for a short period of time. And then from there, we would want to do a showcase just to show what we've done with during the 5-week course. So it was a bit of a challenge for everybody to get their partners on board, but they managed, and eventually we were able to get everybody on board, had a nice team, and everybody ended up partnering.
So I know there were husbands. My husband danced with me. It was a first. There were some other husbands, and then we partnered. We also got individuals to just partner up.
That's correct. We've also had some friends. So there were some ladies that didn't have a partner and they invited friends, and from that we could get some male partners to partner some of the other ladies that didn't have a partner. So at the end of it, it all worked out quite well.
So for many, it was really stepping out of their comfort zone.
Absolutely.
You as the teacher, how was that for you? What was the experience for you?
The experience for me was it was a good experience. I'm quite comfortable teaching people that are new to dance and that haven't ever danced before. So I actually enjoy that, and there's a lot of sensitivity involved in my experience, especially when I taught at other ballroom studios. Sometimes you'll have the one partner, usually the lady or the wife, that wants to get into dancing, and the husband isn't that keen, but they're willing to do it for them, even if it's just for a short period of time. So getting them involved and just taking it easy. I always realize that you cannot push beginners too quickly. You've got to go in with ease. You've got to make them feel comfortable. So those are the things that I take in. I try not to overwhelm them too much with advanced steps, and also just breaking it down and doing things step by step. That really helps, especially with people that are a little bit hesitant to get into the dance.
So it was really taking beginners and getting an end product. What I can say about Robin is that she is a brilliant teacher. There were lots that you put in place behind the scenes, things that you were putting together. Tell us about that process.
Okay, so behind the scenes, yes, there was a lot of videos involved with the basic steps. So initially what we tried to do is we had the songs that we wanted to dance to. One of them was a slow foxtrot combined with a swing. So starting off, I first of all taught them the basic steps, and behind the scenes I did the videos of these basic steps, teaching the men separately their steps and the ladies separately. So that way we could also share the videos and make sure that everybody was comfortable at home and could go over it and go through it. And that's quite important, especially with beginners, that you do things step by step. There is actually a proper teaching process and technique. When you start off first teaching the step. Let's say it's forward on your left leg, forward on your right leg, side and close. Once they're comfortable, then you start. The second step in the process is to teach them the frame. So now they've got their frame, they know the basic step, then do that in partner. Once people are comfortable, now I know my steps separately, then I can do it in frame with a partner. Now the third step is to go into the timing. So you've got to teach them, is it a slow step? Is it a quick step? Is it over 1 count or 2 bars? If it's 2 counts, you go slow, slow, quick, quick. So you've got to build it up in stages. So the main thing is, can I do my step individually? Then can I do it with my partner in the frame, in our ballroom play? And then the third step is, can we do it to the timing? And then fourth, we build up to, can we do this now with the music and stick to the timing? And then only once everybody's comfortable, then do we start building onto other things, such as your technique and your styling, and where should my head be, and the posture, and little techniques with the footwork, as in sliding one foot past the other, gliding through. Should we do a little rise and fall now? So all those things are added, but you can't overwhelm them and put them all in one. So you just got to build them up in stages. But I love it. I like that. I love the process of doing things step by step. And I also think it gives people a bit of a chance to feel settled, that they don't feel overwhelmed, that oh my word, I'm new to dancing, because that is where people that are doing it because I love my partner, or I want to make my sister happy and just do this ballroom course with her. So that's where people become overwhelmed if you build up too much too soon. So the most important thing is take it slow and easy.
We also had a WhatsApp group, and right after the rehearsal, by the next day, we would get either the notes and the step-by-step written out from Robin, or the recordings of the actual sessions that we had. That for me and my husband, that was very helpful, because we've never done ballroom. We've never danced like that together. And I'm pretty certain for the others it was the same. So just to say, even the notation that you gave out was also really, really good.
Thank you. Yes, I'm glad, because some people prefer, and actually there was 1 or 2 people that asked me, can't we rather have it in notation form? And then I realized, what, that's actually what I do for myself. For my own, when I learn it, I do have videos, but not all the time. So I always write it down in notation for myself. I've got my notes, like as in forward right leg, forward left leg, side close. I note my timing. So then I thought, okay, let's do it in notation form as well, because people, they learn differently. Some people learn visually, and other people prefer to see it in a sort of a pattern form, a concise form, or even diagrams. When you're going along line of dance, you go in this direction, and then from the corner we're moving up. So some people like a visual diagram as well. So I'm glad we could do both.
So now this was 5 weeks, and we had in the end, as you mentioned, a showcase. That showcase was for family and friends mainly. I think there were some extras that joined us, But you also had for the showcase a mixture. We were amateurs, we've never done sweep, but you had an element of professionals as well. Tell us about that.
Yes. So we had a professional dancer. His name was Jaden Moolman, and he's actually my instructor. So I am still continuing with my dancing as well. I'm doing champion level at the moment, so I'm still under training. And he joined us, so he danced with me in certain parts of the dance. So we started initially in the foxtrot dance. We had the group, the new beginners starting off in the dance. And then later on, Jaden and I joined in for part of the dance, and then the group finished off. And I think it was a good experience because a lot of the people were so impressed with his dancing, and they had a vision of what we are working towards and what they would like to achieve one day. So it's good to give inspiration to people and, have an idea on what it's going to look like, the final product one day.
In another 5 years' time, maybe.
Yes. But the good thing is, I think it shows people that we all in a working progress or process rather, and we all still learning, and there's so much that you can add and improve on, and it's good that we all still growing together as a team.
Then we also had 2 dancers with individuals with other disabilities. Tell us about that.
That's correct. We had 2 dancers from Kaylee Dance Club. So they're a dance group that they advocate for people with disabilities. And so they've got people that with able-bodied people that partners with people that perhaps have hearing, or they perhaps blind or partially sighted, and they dance, and it's a great way for them to uplift the community as well and make sure that people feel that they're involved as well. So we had 2 dancers. We had Debbie and Darren. And Darren is partially sighted. He's got tunnel vision, and he's also deaf as well. So Debbie was very gracious, and she is the one that helps him onto the dance floor and gets them onto the start of the music. But they were so impressive. And it was lovely in the sense of it was community, and it was involving everybody. And it is a way for us also to show that we can incorporate different elements within the dance group and within ballroom dancing.
And Darren's joined our group. I think Debbie's also going to be coming. So
That's correct.
we're going to have quite a mix. Our group is very much, I would say, an inclusive group. We've got all ages, we've got all levels of dance, and we've got our champion ballroom teacher amongst us. And it's really quite a unique experience that I certainly am having with Jubilate. Then on that same night, we involved the people.
That's correct.
We did the showcase, but we also gave people the opportunity, which is my heart. I love everyone to join in. Tell us about that.
That's good. Yes, we had some social dancing as well. But before we got to the social dancing, we had a group dance. So during the showcase, we had quite a few dances. We had the cha-cha and we had the waltz from Debbie and Darren. And then we had the Jubilate group and those members doing the swing and the foxtrot. And then also the waltz. And the ladies, we did a solo cha-cha dance. So that was quite interesting and nice. Also, we wanted to show that ballroom dancing is, if you don't have a partner or if you're in a group that doesn't have any partners, you can do solo Latin dancing as well. So that's something that we wanted to show. And then we incorporated that with getting everybody involved. So at the end of all the group dances, we had some dancing where the whole congregation got involved. We taught them the basics of the cha-cha, and they followed us, and we gave like a short little introduction on the steps, and then they followed us in the dance and were able to do it. So we were showing that you have to involve everybody as well. Group dancing is actually a part of ballroom dancing. It's not only partner dancing, it's getting everybody involved, individuals, and line dancing is one of the elements that we do. So we had a cha-cha line dance, and then later on, we also did a salsa line dance. So they were following me with the basics, and everybody was behind me and following the jubilate dances. So that was lots of fun as well.
I loved it. I just loved that there were men, women, all ages on the floor and just enjoying what was you leading us in the process. Robin, so where to from here, and what is your vision for the network, the Ballroom Network?
Yes. For the Ballroom Network, we are still in our infancy, but I would love for us to grow in different countries across the globe. So for the moment, what we're doing is we are showcasing our videos of our solo Latin dances, and we are going to be sharing those as well. So there is a YouTube channel. It's at Christian Ballroom. So on there, I'll be loading more videos as well. So this is for groups that are, let's say you in Australia and you have a dance group, but you are not necessarily a ballroom dancing group. You're perhaps a group that does lots of different other genres. So we would love for you to join our network and add ballroom dancing and learn one of the line dances and teach it to your group. So then we're going to have all over the world, everybody's being able to do the cha-cha line dance, for example. And then we'll have other line dances and just adding to the repertoire. And on there, you'll also see that we've got the waltz video. There's some basic steps on there. The dance that we did at the showcase, some of the basic elements of the dance are there because it's syllabus work. So even if you are not having a separate ballroom group, you can have showcase or teach your group to do ballroom dancing within your specific group that you've got. So that's the aim, and that's what we'd like to do, and that's how we'd like to grow, so that when we have conferences as well, we can come together, and then everybody that has learned, let's say, the cha-cha line dance in all the different countries, we know it, we come together, and we can actually perform it together. So that's the aim, to start off with a solo Latin dancing and then grow from there, and then also to move into doing the project that we did, possibly starting a group. I please challenge you to find Christian ballroom dancers and perhaps get them involved, let them help and assist and start up group. Do a 5-week course or a 6-week course or 8-week course, whatever suitable, and also showcase what you've done. And for me, it doesn't have to be perfect. That's one of the lessons that I've learned, that sometimes we want everything to be perfect, but we're beginners, and it was such a marvelous thing just to showcase what we've done. People were nervous, they were worried that we knew and it's not perfect, but the feedback that we got from the showcase, people are telling me, please tell us when you're having another showcase. We didn't know that we can do this. And one of the other ladies that attended, actually one of the guests, she cornered me there or at the floor, and she said, I didn't know that you're going to be having people from all age groups, because we were basically ages 40 and up, 40 to 60 and over, yes, and nearly 70. And she said it was so refreshing to see that older people were dancing and that everybody is involved, and it's not only for a specific age group, and that it was a show that involved older people. And she just loved it. She says, this is my age group. There's people in their 50s, 60s, and that was something that surprised them.
So what I really loved was that we could see the level of the young, your partner, that is much younger, that's fine across the floor, shall I say, and then the older that's just taking it at their own pace. And that for me is what ICDF is all about, is to really meet you at your pace, at your age, your ability, your level, and but to still feel that you can be part of something really, really great. So, Robin, I loved the whole experience personally. I must say, thank you so much for bringing out the best in every single one of them. We were 7 couples,
Welcome.
and it was a wonderful experience. I don't know if it's going to be an annual event. Watch the space. You never know.
I'd love for it to be an annual. Everybody's asking, are we going to do this every 6 months? And I was like, well, let's start with annual. That will be, I think it's a good goal to have for us to do this annually.
But for now, the challenge is out there for you, ICDF members, for you to contact Robin, get hold of her. If this has sparked an idea for you, she is your contact person. So thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure talking to you and just taking us through this whole process that you did. I believe it was an amazing success and we all benefited.
Thanks so much, Liesl. This was wonderful.